When the Han Dynasty emerged from the ashes of civil war in 206 BCE, China was exhausted, fractured, and wary of empire. The brutal Qin dynasty had unified the land through force, but its collapse proved that power without legitimacy could not last. The Han would learn from that failure. Over the next 4 centuries, the Han Dynasty would not only stabilize China, but define what it meant to be Chinese. Language, bureaucracy, philosophy, technology, and imperial identity would all be shaped so deeply during this era that even today, the majority ethnic group in China still calls itself Han. The dynasty began with Liu Bang, a former peasant and minor official who rose through rebellion to defeat aristocratic rivals. Unlike the Qin emperors, Liu Bang, later Emperor Gaozu, understood that empire required compromise. He reduced harsh laws, restored Confucian ideals, and balanced central authority with regional power. This fusion of legalist structure and Confucian morality became the foundation of Han governance. The emperor ruled absolutely, but he was expected to rule virtuously as the Son of Heaven, maintaining harmony between heaven, earth, and humanity. Under the Han, Confucianism transformed from philosophy into state ideology. Scholars were recruited into government based on learning rather than noble birth, laying the groundwork for the civil service system that would dominate Chinese governance for nearly 2,000 years. Education became political power. History, ritual, ethics, and loyalty were no longer abstract ideas. They were tools of empire. Militarily, the Han faced one of their greatest challenges to the north, the Xiongnu, a confederation of nomadic horse warriors whose mobility threatened China's borders. Early Han rulers struggled against them, often paying tribute to buy peace. But under Emperor Wu, one of China's most ambitious rulers, the Han shifted to expansion. Massive military campaigns pushed deep into Central Asia, breaking Xiongnu dominance and securing key routes that would later be known as the Silk Road. These routes connected China to Persia, India, and the Mediterranean world, turning the Han Empire into a central node of global trade centuries before globalization had a name. This expansion was not merely military, it was cultural and economic. Silk, lacquerware, iron tools, and paper traveled west, while horses, glass, and ideas flowed east. The Han world was not isolated, it was interconnected. This era marked one of the first sustained periods of global exchange in human history. Technologically, the Han Dynasty was revolutionary. Paper, attributed to Kai Lun in the 2nd century CE, transformed administration and knowledge preservation. Iron metallurgy advanced agricultural productivity, increasing food supply and population growth. The development of the seismograph, sophisticated calendars, and medical texts reflected a civilization deeply invested in understanding and organizing the natural world. These innovations were not luxuries, they were instruments of governance, stability, and control. Yet beneath this golden age lay growing tensions. As the empire expanded, wealth concentrated in the hands of powerful landowners. Peasants, crushed by taxes and debt, increasingly lost land and autonomy. Eunuchs at court gained influence, while scholar officials fought for moral authority. Factionalism paralyzed decision-making. The emperor, once the balancing force, became increasingly isolated or manipulated. By the late Han period, natural disasters, floods, famines, plagues, were interpreted as signs that the dynasty had lost the mandate of heaven. This belief was not symbolic, it was political. When heaven withdrew its favor, rebellion became justified. The most devastating of these uprisings, the Yellow Turban Rebellion, erupted in 184 CE. Though suppressed, it fatally weakened imperial authority, empowering regional warlords who no longer obeyed the throne. The final collapse came not with a single invasion, but with slow disintegration. Generals became kings in all but name. Court intrigue replaced governance. By 220 CE, the last Han emperor was forced to abdicate, plunging China into the Three Kingdoms period, a time of division, warfare, and legend. And yet the Han Dynasty did not truly fall. Its systems endured, its values persisted. Future dynasties would look back to the Han not as a relic but as a model. Confucian governance, centralized bureaucracy, imperial ideology, and cultural unity all traced their roots to this era. Even periods of division were framed as temporary deviations from Han-style order. The Han Dynasty's greatest achievement was not conquest or technology, it was identity. It answered a question that every civilization faces. How does power become legitimate, and how does diversity become unity? Through law tempered by morality, strength balanced with restraint, and tradition fused with innovation, the Han created a civilizational blueprint that outlived emperors, wars, and even the dynasty itself. In the end, Rome fell into memory. The Han became a foundation. And in that difference lies the reason why the Han Dynasty remains one of the most influential empires in human history.